Hi guys, Terry here. Hey, it is time for another sheet load. Alicia of Crafty Owl channel, YouTube channel, graciously gives us a recipe each month to follow. You can make it your own by making any changes. Some people ask me how quickly I put this together, and I think what the trick is just follow her simple steps here. She tells you the supplies that are needed. So this month we're going to get two 12 by 12 pattern pieces of paper out. And who doesn't have a gob of pattern paper? I know I do. So I will pull something out of my stash. And then it's going to need some coordinating solid cardstock in 8.5 by 11, just probably for this layer here. So that looks good. And then we need the 4 solid 8.5 by 11s for our card bases. Sometimes I have those made up ahead of time, so I'll see if I have any of those. And then it's going to yield 8 cards. She's also got the information on here if you just want to make one of the cards. Sometimes if you don't have time to make a whole batch, you can simply make one. She's got ways to follow her. So I'll have a link below down in the description to her YouTube channel, because on her first of the month, she'll have a link to this PDF that you can print out. And you can make a batch of 8 cards too. So she's got the cutting steps to follow, and it usually goes together pretty quickly. So I'm going to go grab some two pieces of pattern paper. I think I'm trying to decide here for November whether I'm going to start Christmas cards. Let me see if I can find some Christmas paper. I have a lot of Christmas paper. So I pulled these out. I like this deer. And this is cute too. Look at that tree on the back. So that one's kind of fun. This one's really fun. I'm leaning towards this one. 12 by 12 paper usually has a very big print on it, so I don't know what that would look like on the front of a card. So I'm not sure about this one, but I really like it. And then this one is fun too. I think these are all Stampin' Up sets. So, isn't that cute? Oh, look at the animals on it. How fun is that? Oh my gosh. But I think I like this one too. So I do need a lot of Christmas cards. So maybe we'll see how this turns out. And then maybe I can make 3 batches. So that would be great. So I think I'm gonna try this one. I really like the plaid. So let me get these cut up and then we'll start assembling. Okay, I've got my pieces cut. These were little 1/2-inch pieces. If you have a pattern on your paper, make sure you're keeping these pieces as you're cutting them in order so that those will work. And then the other thing that I did was, because I'm using my, for card bases, I'm using Michael's 110-pound card bases. This paper is a little bit different colored than that. So I'm going to mat this. Plus I think this would look really sharp matted on black. So I have cut background pieces for this to go on. So it'll just have a little black border on there. The recipe this month only calls for a little piece that our little strips go on. So I went ahead and cut that extra. Just took a couple extra pieces of 8.5 by 11. So I am ready to start gluing. Let me get some of these glued and I'll show you how they turn out. When I was putting these strips on, I started with the one on one side, and then I went to the other end. So in other words, I put the end pieces on first, and they went on pretty easily. There's about 1/8 of an inch gap around them all. So I put the 2 end ones on, and then I was able to glue the one in the middle, and that worked out really well. Okay, I've got the cards assembled, and I love how they turned out. Look how fun those are. Love the plaid. So this turned out good. So now I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do for the sentiment. She's got a circle on the front there with the sentiment on it. So I pulled out some of my stamps that I recently bought. These are from Echo Park. I like the little snowflake on here. I might stamp some snowflakes on the inside and might say, "May your days be merry and bright." So I love that for the inside. And then look at this one. This one has a deer and it says, "We wish you a Merry Christmas" on the deer. Now I'm curious to see if that shows up. It's so small. So I'm going to try that one, and it's got some snowflakes too. And then I've got this one here with a large snowflake, and love these sentiments. "May your days be merry and bright." Might put that one on the inside. So lots of choices there. So I've got to decide. I'm going to use my Misty to stamp it because as you know, when we stamp stuff, it doesn't always get all the spots. So I like to use the Misty so I can restamp. So let me do some thinking here and decide what kind of, if I'm going to do a circle or a little tag, or what I'm going to do. I could leave the front plain too. I don't know. It's always a quandary, right? If I find myself spending too much time on it, I go back to her recipe because it's just nice that she's done all the struggling and math and thinking, and we can just make it. So, you know, any of these stamps would look perfect on here. Yeah, they all look good. Deck the halls. They all look cute. Remember that this is printed to size, so you can kind of lay your sentiment on there and see if it would fit on that size circle. So that one looks good. So yeah, so I've just got to do some deciding here. I'm going to try this deer and see what it looks like because that would be perfect. But I don't know if those words will show up. Let me give it a try. Okay, I've got them all assembled. I did decide not to use the deer. You could read it a little bit, but I didn't love it. So I think it took away from the paper, so nix that idea. But I did come up with this sentiment on just a square or a rectangular shape. And then I put it so that it didn't cover up the pattern paper. And I think they turned out cute. I stamped them inside with just "Merry Christmas" and some snowflakes. And I think they turned out really cute. So I put a black piece, matted this on black, and then I matted the whole card on black. So I'm really happy with how they turned out. I mean, that paper is so Christmassy. How fun is that? So those turned out like this. Here's the red ones. So, like, I cannot recommend enough that you take a look at the SheetLoad of cards, print it out, and before no time you'll have a batch of cards made. So I really encourage you to get in your craft room this week, do something fun. Like I said earlier, I'll have a link down below to Crafty Owl's November 2024 so that you can download the PDF. And like I said, I really encourage you to get in your craft room and make something fun this week. So talk to you soon. Bye, guys.